What's happening, gang? Oh, we are not in the shop. We're actually up in my office. And stopped off Harbor Freight yesterday. Had a coupon burning a hole in my pocket. And been wanting one of these for quite some time because my quote-unquote portable air tank is 20 plus pounds. It's just kind of gangly and I hate lugging it around. This thing comes in at under 10 pounds. I think it's like 7 pounds or something like that. It is a 7-gallon aluminum air tank. And as per the usual central pneumatic stuff, you're going to get this crappy little airline. And then that's the only thing you can use the tank for if you use that. So I'm not going to put that on. I have two options for this. Let me go ahead and get it out. See how light that is? It's just light as can be. Light as can be. Max pressure 160 pounds. But if you read the fine print on the valve on top here, right here, it says high of 140 psi. But I'm only going to be charging the tank to 120. And I use this out in the back half behind the shop where I've got to air a tire up in order to move a mower out or something like that. And I did this with my big tank, and I'm going to do it again with this one. Instead of being restricted to only filling up tires, because I have low consumption air tools too that I'll sometimes use, like a brad nailer or stapler or something along those lines. So I had two choices. My first choice is a Merlin high flow, which just has really big inlets and outlets, just allows air to travel a lot faster. Or I can just put a standard in. Now with this one, I would need that fitting there. But with this one, I don't need anything but that. And it would just, after Teflon tape, of course, it'll just screw in there and allow me to use any hose I want to use and any tool I want to use. It's such a simple upgrade from this. But I thought it was worth sharing. I did this on my black tank and I showed it there. So let's just go ahead and put this thing together. What do you say? Get my Teflon tape out here. And I need to get my universal wrench. Hang on just a second. I'm getting it. You know me, always never prepared. There's my vintage multi-wrench. Just generic. I don't know where it's made. It says 150 millimeters, so it's MSSCO. If any of you guys know MSSCO, you can let me know. And yeah, I'm still in my jammies. It's early in the morning. Let's see here. Make sure this is going to open wide enough. Just wide enough to get a hold of it so I can tighten it down. And Teflon tape. Now when you wrap the Teflon tape, you can pull it over the top or you can pull it from the bottom. I find it's easier to wrap and pull it from the bottom, and the way that you want to wrap it is in the direction of your threads. So in other words, as I'm screwing this in, I don't want to wrap the Teflon tape the wrong way so that it starts bunching the Teflon tape up and tearing it up as I'm tightening down. So that's as simple as. Now for you right-handed folk, it'd be just the opposite. So I got to get all this pinched stuff out of the way. This is some really thin Teflon tape. And staticky Teflon tape. Okay. You want to go opposite. Excuse me. You want to go the same direction around it as you turn it in. is when wait a minute, I think I'm backwards. Wow, Zippo, you've been out of the groove for just way too long. As I tighten it, I want the bitter end to fall on this side. So, okay, so I go this way. But if you put the roll underneath, you can better control how much is let out, and you can keep your tension on it. If you go to wrap it from over the top, then you're going to be constantly chasing the roll. And we'll give it one more wrap here, and then just break it off. Now this way you can see, here's my bitter end right here. But as I tighten it in, it's not going to lift the Teflon tape. So just a little tip there. The directions to wrap your Teflon tape, I guess, can be considered important. So we'll go finger tight. I really don't like the angle of it, but I can live with it. And on my other tank, the gauge failed and the fill petcock failed. So what I wound up doing was just eliminating this whole assembly, and I just put a right angle fitting in with my coupler. The problem with that is, I have something I don't think I mentioned. The problem with that is I don't have a gauge on it. So, but it does allow me high volume air to come out. And like I said, these are high volume air. But why not use this on this tank? Well, the size of the orifice, let's loosen that back up, take it out, and I'll show you guys. The size of this orifice, when you open this up all the way, it's got a little bit of air in it. That's funny. The opening is just almost blocked off. It's teeny tiny. There's very little room for the air to come through. So it would kind of be a wasted effort to use the high flow. The high flow would not work on this setup just because of how restrictive this unit right here is. So anyway, now that I remembered that and told you guys, I might have told you sooner, but let me just get her tightened in there. Tighten her down pretty good. And then you might wonder how I fill them. I do not fill them from this Schrader valve. It takes way too long. Way too long. You gotta sit there and hold the pistol grip or hold the airline on, and it just takes too long. I actually have a double male where I will take a male and a female and just put them together. I'll stick them in here first, then I'll stick the air source in, and just let the whole system equalize to where it charges this as full as it charges the air compressors. And I've been doing it that way for years on that other tank. So in case that's not clear, one more time, I take a male and a female and I just hook them together. That gives me 2 male ends. One male end will go here. The other male end will go to my air source. You have to do it in that order, because if you put the double male into your air source first, it's just going to blast you with air. So you have to be smart on just how you connect it. Connect the male fitting here first, leaving that closed. Plug in your air source and then open this up, and it will equalize with the pressure in the tank that you're supplying. I know I repeated myself, but it bears repeating. So that way, now all I have to do is put a male fitting on here, and I can use this. But it's like an really old-timey bicycle pump type air chuck, and I just don't like these. I like the ones that lock on good and positive. Let's make sure we got that tight in there. Doesn't have to be super tight, just tight enough. That should be it. All right, That covers it. So how much did this aluminum tank from Harbor Freight cost? Now these come in 5, 7, and 11 gallon sizes. I opted for the, 5, 7, and 11. I opted for the 7. I really don't need any more air than that when I'm going out to air up a couple of tires. So what did I pay for it? Well, it's, see what our original price. The original price is $59.99. It's been a long time. I've had this on my wish list for a good long while. Just worth noting. $59.99. So then I had a 20% off coupon, which saved me $12 on it. After tax, I only wound up paying $51.35. Now some people might say, 50 bucks for a portable air tank? This is why. I'm lifting it with the arm that just had surgery, okay? It's very, very light, as opposed to my other one, like I said. So if weight matters to you, then by all means, go pick one of these up. Get online. This one is actual product number. Let's find the product number here. Item 94801. 94801. Right underneath the central. So there you go. That is my altered, brand spanking new aluminum air tank. Hope you guys enjoyed this. You can stay tuned for more videos. I do have something coming here in a couple weeks that's going to round out my blade service. Been putting it off for a long time too, and that would be a surprise that you guys are going to see later on. Don't you hate it when people do that? Alright, I'll go ahead and tell you. I got a proper blade balancer. Since I've got a proper blade sharpener, I'm going to have a proper blade balancer. That's all I got for you. I hope this helps some of you out with your portable air tank. I know a lot of people use them, and these things are a real pain in the neck. So there's you an option right there. Right there. That's it. It's your friendly neighborhood Zippo. I hope everybody is staying safe. I'll let y'all later. I'm out of here.